Today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 favorite fan submissions on LEGO Ideas. For those of you that don't know, LEGO Ideas is basically a website where you can submit anything you've built out of LEGO to actually be turned into a real LEGO set. Basically, you'll build it either digitally or actually with real bricks, and you'll submit photos to the website, and then it just needs to gain support to actually be considered to be made into a real set. So it's kind of like crowdfunding in a way, although there actually isn't any money involved. You just click that you support it. You don't have to put any money towards it. And I believe once whoever made it gets about 10,000 supporters, that's when it actually gets reviewed to become a real LEGO set. So we're going to look at some things that don't have 10,000 supporters yet, but should, because I think they're cool. So we're going to start off with a bang here with one of my favorite ones on LEGO Ideas right now. So this is the Daft Punk concert by Robot Rock, which is a very fitting name. I mean, right off the bat, this just looks freaking awesome. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big Daft Punk fan, so this already catches my eye, but I mean, there's a lot of just cool stuff with it, regardless of if you're a fan of their music or not. So you can see right off the bat, it's got all this motion and colors going on in the center here, which looks just like a real concert, and they even have the actual minifigures from the new Piece by Piece movie, which is kind of funny because there was no way to ever make those minifigures, but now it looks like there is, since it's in that movie. So not that they necessarily have a mold for those characters' helmets yet, but it's just kind of cool to see them in LEGO form. But it looks like the creator also had these original designs, because I guess they might have been designing this before that was a thing, because I'm pretty sure if you read their description down here, they actually talk about how they'd been designing this for a while, I think with their son. So it's kind of cool. It's a father-son duo here, and I think they were originally going to use this more legal connection, or this more legal design here with these two helmets, because there wasn't really a way to do Daft Punk helmets. But you can see here, the helmets are technically legal as they appear in the upcoming film Piece by Piece. However, just to be on the safe side of the rules, here's an alternate version using regular helmet pieces. But hoping if it actually becomes a real set, they would use the Piece by Piece helmet molds, because you can't do Daft Punk justice with just those regular LEGO helmets. And they even have the iconic Daft Punk jackets that are bedazzled on the back printing here, which is pretty funny. And once again, you see all this color here, and you can see in the bottom, this is how they engineered it, by having, I assume, translucent bricks with a light brick on the inside, and then connected to a gear, which then spins and makes the entire pyramid look like this from the outside, which is super cool. Looks like it also won a prize earlier in a different LEGO competition called Music to Our Ears. It just wasn't selected to become an official set. So they've been working on this for a while, for sure. So I really hope that this one gets enough support to actually become a real LEGO set, because, like I said, regardless of if you like the band or not, this just looks awesome. And it looks like right now there is a little under 5,000 supporters, looks like 4,474, and there's still plenty of time left to support this one, so go check it out. Continuing on with our music theme here, this is the Technics SL1200 MK2 turntable made by Tommaso here. Right now it has about 5,335 supporters, so a little over halfway there, plenty of time left. This one just looks like it has a lot of cool functionality. So I like Daft Punk, so I like music. So this is a really cool alternative to do like a different music set. It isn't like a band, because I know they've done like the BTS set. I know Taylor Swift and Harry Styles get a bunch of different LEGO Ideas submissions. But this is a cool one that isn't focused on like a specific band or anything, but kind of a cool take on something else musical. And as you can see, the turntable obviously moves. There's this start and stop button. There's all the different functionality with the needle here and the different knobs and switches. So it looks like there'd be a lot of functionality as far as movable pieces on here. And it looks like it contains about 2,215 pieces, which is a pretty hefty piece count. So I imagine if it were to become a set, it'd probably be at least $200. But it's pretty sizable too. It looks like it's the actual size that a turntable would be. So it's pretty cool here how it has all these different functions here. So it has a built-in motor to drive the turntable, those start and stop buttons like I mentioned. It's shaped in the scale of a 7-inch vinyl record, so that'd be cool if LEGO made like a big plastic 7-inch vinyl record to put on top of there. There's also a toning arm with adjustable balance weight and anti-skating knob. There's a pitch slider, and then the 45 RPM adapter. So a lot of cool functionality with this one. So this is kind of my number 2.5 here because it's kind of an addendum to the last one. If they can't get the turntable submitted, I hope this one, this record player here does. It's by Mini Brick Productions. Looks like it has under 1,000 supporters, so not too much right now, but still over a year left to be supported. This one has some functionality like the other one with the turning of the actual, it looks like brick-built vinyl disc here. So it's kind of cool that it has some functionality like the other one, but it seems a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more like it would be in line with some of Lego's iconography with all the colors and everything, because the other one's just a lot of gray. But I don't know, if you're a Star Wars collector, you're used to a lot of gray. But this one's cool how it has the brick-built vinyls, which is pretty cool. And this one is 503 pieces, and it would have 3 vinyl records, which is pretty cool. So this one I could see having maybe a little bit of a better chance. Even though it has less supporters, I could see this one getting approved just because it's a little bit smaller, and it's nice to have some LEGO Ideas sets that aren't super huge all the time. And then we have perhaps one of my silliest choices, the Big Mouth Billy Bass. This one is by Raffi. This one has 3,344 supporters as of filming this video. Still has plenty of time left as well, and it's exactly what you would expect with the moving bass here. You push the button and then it kind of flops around on the plank here. And it has a nice shape and form to it. It looks like exactly how a Lego fish would look. I like how they did the mouth with this kind of Technic tube here. But this one would just be awesome because I have a feeling it would work well with a lot of the other Lego art things. Like you can see here it has this easel, but I would hope that they would include the hanging brackets that they usually do with like a lot of the Lego art sets, because I could see that being really cool to hang up on my Lego art wall with some of the other ones. And you can see it's very complex. You can see it's got a lot of Technic going on here. So this might be a nightmare for me to build, but I don't even care because I think it's just hilarious and it would be super cool. The only thing is that I know they don't usually have motors. I know the Daft Punk one had a motor, but they don't usually include the motors with any of the Lego Ideas sets. So this might be the first one, as far as I'm aware, that would have a motor involved, but they'd probably sell it separately. But honestly, dude, I would buy a motor if this became a set just so that I could motorize it, because this is so funny. And once again, I think it would just look really cool with all my other art pieces on the wall. And it is 1:1 scale with the actual Big Mouth Billy Bass. It's made up of 2,000 pieces. So that would be another pretty pricey one. But once again, I would do it, man, just to hang that up and put it on the wall because it's so funny. And it looks like they were also talking about adding a sound brick so the fish can actually sing. So similar to how that was, there was that sound brick in the retro radio that came out this year. They could easily put a sound brick in this one too to make it sing just like the original fish too. So go support this one. Very cool, very funny. And next we have a theme that is very near and dear to my heart: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one I really hope gets approved. It has a lot of support and a lot of time left. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to say the name there, but you see it up on screen. I'm going to butcher it if I try saying that. But 6,447 supporters. And honestly, there are a lot of different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles submissions right now on Lego Ideas, but I think this one probably has the biggest chance of actually becoming a set, mostly because I feel like the demographic for Ninja Turtles, the most popular Ninja Turtles era was probably the 1980s. I think that's where you're going to get a lot of your older fan base who's going to come in and buy this, especially if it's like a pricey Lego Ideas set. You're not going to have kids buying it. And as much as I love like Mutant Mayhem and the newer Ninja Turtles stuff and the new shows, new movies, I think this is kind of the era you're going to have to go with if you want to make sure it's a surefire hit, because there already was a Lego Ninja Turtles theme and it didn't do so hot apparently. So I feel like the guaranteed way to get Lego to do this theme again, even if it's through Lego Ideas, is by making it the 1980s version. So I feel like this probably has the best chance of getting submitted out of any Ninja Turtles submission on the website. Looks like these ones have about 2,522 Lego bricks, which is pretty cool. I love how they did all the weapons. I think the size especially I really like. The nunchucks are really cool. I love how they made the weapons with all these different pieces, and I think they even used a lot of unique pieces to do the bandanas. I don't know if you can see, it kind of looks like they used the old Toy Story Army Men like base plate for the eyes, which is a really unique piece to use. I don't know if they'd be able to bring that back after it's been gone for so many years, but I'm sure they could figure out a different piece to use. But either way, very cool submission. And then once again, I have another 0.5 edition here, because I know this one will not probably make the support because it's just such a niche. But I grew up on the 2003 Ninja Turtles TV show, and the Shredder design from that show, it's so cool, dude. And this bust is insane. It even has like all these little minifigures too. But like, this is so cool. Like, if I were to see this like displayed at like a Lego convention, this would be like one of my favorite things that would be at that convention, because this is so cool. And it only has 268 supporters. So please go support this one, even if it doesn't get approved completely or in the review process. Just show this guy some love, because this looks so cool. Made by Costian Man. It's so cool, because I know it's not gonna do as well as the 1987 version, because there's just more of a fan base for that. But dude, props to you. This is amazing. Next, we're going to look at something a little bit different here. This is called Inside the Book. This is by Pistache. This has 327 supporters, but still over a year to get support. And just the artistry on this is insane. I'm a big Lego Dots fan, and this kind of harkens back to that. I don't know, to me a little bit. It feels, especially with this left page here, kind of reminds me of Lego Dots, and I just love how that looks. This is really cool on the right page here too, with that depth effect. So I could see this being another art set, not necessarily that would hang up on the wall. It could for sure, but it would look really good on a bookshelf too. But I just really love, and honestly, I think these question marks might be from Lego Dot sets now that I think about it. But the artistry on this is just really cool, because it's almost like a mosaic of sorts, but like, not even that. I don't even know how to describe this, but you can see that there's a lot of different functionality on the back here, because I believe all these little circles will turn. So let's read up a little bit here. So it looks like I wanted to build something alive. This is why I worked on functional mechanisms. This one will need some improvement for a final product. So it looks like, yeah, you can turn those gears, and then all the circles will spin on that left page. So a very cool idea. I would love to see something like this turned into an actual set. I love the concept of this, so go show some love to this one. Next, I have another series that is near and dear to my heart with Metroid: Samus's Gunship by Animated Jellyfish 019. 402 supporters, 293 days left, so less than a year, but I'm hoping, man, something Metroid happens. We did just get that Lego Legend of Zelda set. So my guess is maybe they wouldn't want to do it through Lego Ideas, and if they were going to do Metroid, it would be its own theme, just like Zelda was. But I don't know if Metroid would have the same pull that Zelda does to get people out to buy that set. So maybe Lego Ideas is the right way to go with this. I love the design on this one. I like that they included Ridley too. That's really cool. And I like how they did the minifigures. You know, I would love to represent a Samus minifigure. I'll carry it around with me all the time, because that's just really cool that they even made the minifigures and everything. I mean, they even made Zero Suit Samus and a Metroid too. So I'd love to have those on display in my collection. But I like that they did Ridley with it too. And I think that's a good size too. And I like how they included those wing pieces that are used so often. So go show this one some love, because I love Metroid. And especially since it's kind of back in the public eye ever since Metroid Dread came out recently. So, and Metroid Prime 4, I forget, they just mentioned it in here, Metroid Prime 4, I forgot that's coming out soon too. So this would be nice to coincide with that release. So give me a Metroid set, man. We got Zelda, now give me Metroid, I'm hoping. All right, now we gotta talk about my boy Godzilla here. Now I know there's been other Godzilla submissions in the past to Lego Ideas. I know there was one that actually almost got approved, but I think there were two other sets that won out in that round of judging. I think it might have been the Twilight House and the Botanical Garden. I think those were the two that won last time. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this one is one of the ones that it's actually a staff pick. If you see this little earmark here, that means it's a staff pick. So even Lego Ideas loves it a lot too. Looks like right now it's got 6,670 supporters, over a year left, so easily attainable. I want something Godzilla, and this one is really cool. I love how they did this spine on Godzilla. I like how they included a building and a boat and the train and some micro scale stuff along with it, which is really cool. But even just like a giant Godzilla, whatever you got to do to get me some Lego Godzilla. But the design on him, the creature himself, is really cool. But I do like that they also included the train and some other small stuff too. And I mean, they picked one of the best iterations of Godzilla to do, because Godzilla -1 is fantastic. But I know there's always a lot of different Godzilla submissions. But if this is the one that gets approved, so be it, man. Looks like it has 662 parts, so it would be a little bit of a smaller idea set, which is nice. I'm always welcoming to those, because a lot of the times the idea ones are huge, and sometimes that makes it really pricey. So it's nice that there's a little bit of a smaller one. So if this is what it takes to get Godzilla, so be it. I'm fine with this one being submitted. This is great. Made by looks like Enraged Boss. Yeah, I'm all for this one, man. Give me some Lego Godzilla. And now we have kind of an interactive one here. The vintage billiards table made by GoldenEye. It has 2,648 supporters, 342 days left. This one is really cool. I like how it has all the different balls on the table, but also a bunch of different cues and sticks here, which is pretty cool. I don't play billiards that much. I don't know if these are called sticks. I just know there's cues. I think that's what that's called. I don't know. Either way, maybe this is my way to get into billiards. But it kind of reminds me of table football, if you remember that set from a couple years ago. That one didn't do so hot as far as I remember, but maybe this is the way to do it, as far as a way to do an interactive set. Because that one it was a little too small to be like actually using the foosball characters. I'm not sure the size on this one. It looks like, where do they have a piece count? They don't have a piece count. But it looks pretty sizable. It looks like these are probably Technic balls, as far as I'm aware, and these little chutes here are actually bug nets, I think. So a lot of cool piece usage. They even use these hooks here to hold the stick underneath. So it looks like they say, my grandfather owned a billiards table which was handed down to my father, who taught me how to play. When I was a kid, I would store my Lego city under the table. Spent a lot of time around and underneath it. So very cool. I like that it's interactive. I like all the different piece usage here. I think this would be a fun one to be turned into a set. All right, so similar to what I said earlier about Metroid, give me some Pikmin sets. I've been talking with a lot of my friends that I think Pikmin would be a perfect translation to Lego. I think a lot of the colors, the shapes, a lot of just the general aesthetic of Pikmin would fit really well with Lego bricks, especially with how many plant pieces they're making now for so many different of the botanical sets. I feel like you could make something really beautiful with a bunch of different plant pieces for Pikmin. So here we have the Pikmin 4 Sun Speckled Terrace by Space Dog Bricks. Looks like he's a fan of Pikmin as well. He's even got the little logo here. And it has 661 supporters, 297 days left. So we need to get this guy some support, because I love all the different Pikmin. I love how he used these little dreams creatures bodies for the Pikmin. Looks like then he used hot dogs for the little like antennas on the Pikmin, as well as on Olimar here. I love how they did Ochi here. I think that's the dog's name, if I remember correctly. They even made the little Pikmin ship here, which is really cool. The little tokens that you can pluck off. I think they are Buzzblobs, Bulborbs, something like that. It's been a while since I've played Pikmin, honestly. But they even have like a pink Pikmin here in addition to a lot of the regular colors, so they put some wings on it. I like how they made this guy with the spitting fire, and they made that enemy perfectly. A lot of the enemy designs look a lot like the game here too, so that's really cool. I think there are so many pieces in Lego that would just translate really well to a Pikmin set. So I think this is a really good submission for another video game set from Nintendo. And like I said with Metroid, I feel like Zelda has the pull for a big Lego theme, but I don't know if Pikmin necessarily would, so maybe Lego Ideas is the spot for that. They even say in the description here, I think Pikmin is the perfect game to be realized in Lego. Everything in the game is really tiny, so locations like a human house become giant maps to explore. With Lego, the minifigures are almost the perfect size for this, making our real world into the game map. Yeah, I totally agree. I think there are so many different things that could translate well from Pikmin just based on that size aspect. So I totally agree. Very cool idea. All right, and for my last one here, we have Lego Monopoly by Looney Legos here. 5,862 supporters. Only 41 days left, so you got to get jumping on this one. This one is really cool. I miss the days of the Lego board games, and so I think this would be a really cool translation to make an official board game from real life in Lego. And I feel like there's just a lot of different, like these tokens here. You can see they use a lot of different Lego pieces, even like the rubber ducky here. The houses would be perfectly built out of Lego. There's a lot of cool things that you could turn into pieces and tokens from this game out of Lego pieces. And I imagine it wouldn't be a super expensive set either, because it's kind of just a base plate with some tiles that are decorated on it, all the different tokens here, some little houses, and then the dice here. So I imagine it'd be a pretty inexpensive set too, but a really fun interactive one that I think you'd get a lot of people interested in. I mean, it already has almost 6,000 supporters, so definitely go check this one out too. Very cool idea. I want some more Lego board games. So that does it for my top 10 and a couple extra Lego Ideas submissions. So go show them some support and make those sets a reality. You can also support me while you're at it, so don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.